Good day, everybody. I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 7 English lesson on synonyms and antonyms. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts. We're doing grade 7. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of synonyms and antonyms. All right. So we said our chapter is synonyms. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 7. And then the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of synonyms and antonyms is to choose synonyms and to choose the synonym and to choose the antonym. That is going to be our lessons for today. To choose the synonym and to choose the antonym. All right, so when it comes to synonyms, right? Synonyms are words with the same or nearly the same meaning. So synonyms are words with the same, or it's words with nearly or almost the same meaning, right? So it can be different words, but the meanings of the words are either the same or it is almost the same. And if we look at the few examples of synonyms, right? Remember words with the same meaning or words with almost the same meanings? And a few examples of synonyms are you maybe have a word that is old. Another word for old, not very old, but another word for old we can say is ancient. This is something that it's very long ago. Another word that is same or almost the same is to speak. or talk. These both of these words you can use, for example, in a specific sentence, and both of the words it is where you are uttering words. You are saying something. It's like you're speaking or you're talking. Another example of synonyms, which is a word with the same meaning or almost the same meaning, we can say you are either smart. Another word for smart, we can say that you are clever. So smart or clever. Rich. Another word for rich is like where we say you are wealthy. So it's either, yeah, this person is so wealthy or that person is rich. Scared, or we can say afraid. It's basically the same word, scared or afraid. Quiet, you're sitting in the quiet, like I just want peace and quiet. Another word for being quiet is silent. I want peace and quiet. I just want silence. All right. Then we have antonyms, right? So these are but a few examples first of synonyms. It is words with the same meaning or it's words with nearly the same meaning, right? But now we have antonyms, and antonyms are words with opposite meanings. It is the opposite of what that meaning, what the meaning is. So the opposite of that. And words with opposite meaning, we can even use these words that we use for synonyms. But instead of writing the words that's the same meaning, we could write the words that is the opposite of that. And if we look at the few examples of antonyms, and antonyms are words with the opposite meaning. Opposite. It's not the same, it is the opposite. And words with the opposite meaning, we can say is, what is the opposite of happy? The opposite of happy. The opposite of heaven. We're either going to heaven or we're going to we are either healthy or I am up or we can say fat or So if we look at that few words, right? What is the opposite of those words? The opposite. And words with the opposite meaning of those words is it's either happy or you are sad. You see, I'm either happy, I'm cheerful, or I am sad and I'm crying. It's either heaven or we're going to hell. Heaven or hell. You're either healthy, the opposite of healthy. If you're not healthy, then we can either say you are sick or we can say that you are ill. It depends. Some people only use the word ill, or we can say that you are sick. But sick or ill, that's the opposite of being healthy. It's either it is up there or it is down here. So up or down. And another example is the opposite of fat. It's either I'm fat and chubby or I am thin and skinny. So these are but a few words of synonyms, which are words with the same or nearly the same meaning. And then we also have our antonyms. And antonyms are words with the opposite meaning. The opposite meaning. Right? So that is synonyms and antonyms. I'm going to write down a few more words, right? And then you're going to look at, or you're going to try and find what is either synonyms, the words with the same or almost the same meaning. Another word, you need to look at another word or give me another word of synonyms, and you need to give me another word of antonyms. So I'm going to write down a word, and then you are going to tell me what the another word is of that, either the synonym or you're going to tell me what the antonym is of that word. All right, so I'll start with the antonyms. So I'm going to write down a few and then you're going to write down what the opposite is of that word. What is the opposite of before? The opposite of beautiful. The opposite of clean. I'm actually giving you simple words. The opposite of hard. Opposite of hot. Opposite of heavy. And the last one, the opposite of tall. You need to tell me what is the opposite of before. Beautiful, clean, hard, hot, heavy, and tall. So, what is the opposite of those words? And then we need to look, then I'm going to write down a few synonyms, and you're going to find me the word with the same meaning or almost the same meaning as that word. All right, so wrong. What is another word for wrong? Another word for taxi. Another word for sick. Remember the opposite of sick is healthy. Now, what is another word for sick? What is another word for fast? Angry. True. And lastly, what is another word for exit? You need to tell me what is another word for wrong, taxi, sick, fast, angry, true, or exit, or the opposite of before: beautiful, clean, hard, hot, heavy, tall. And remember, synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning, but antonyms are words with the opposite meaning. Yes, so another word for taxi is cab. Well done. Wrong, another word for wrong is incorrect. Well done. Yes. What's another word for sick? Yes, so another word for sick is I'm ill. Well done. Another word for fast. Another word for angry. True, exit. Or the opposite of before, the opposite of beautiful, the opposite of clean, hard, hot, heavy, and tall. Yes, infuriated isn't definitely that is a word for angry. I wouldn't have given that word, I would have given just a simple word. But well done. That is definitely the same as angry, infuriated. Give me another word for true. Give me another word for true. Give me another word for true. All right, so we have hot and cold. Well done. Clean and dirty. Beautiful and ugly. Hard and soft. Yes, well done. Tall and short. Heavy and light. Before and after. Yes, well done. What is another word? Okay, true, right? With true, you can say it is honest, you can say it is right, or you can just say it is correct, right? That is like the most simpler word. The same with angry. Yes, we can say infuriated. We can use literally all of the synonyms for angry, or we can just say the person is mad. You're mad, you're angry, like I am so infuriated, I'm enraged, right? That is angry. And what is the same as exit? Out, or another word for exit. Another word for exit. And a word for fast. A word for fast and another word for exit. We can say out or we can just say leave. I'm going to say leave, but I'm also going to say out. Well done. And then fast, and another word for fast is quick. So well done, guys. Well done, everybody. So now, once again, the words on the left is synonyms, and synonyms are words with the same or nearly the same meaning. And we made an example. We gave literally a few, actually a lot of examples of synonyms, right? That is words with the same meaning or nearly the same meaning. And then on the right hand side, we have our antonyms. And antonyms are words with the opposite meaning of what that word means. The opposite, right? And that is also what we had mentioned. All right. So thank you very much for that. So now let's go to aplusstudents.ca. We're going to choose synonyms and we're going to choose antonyms. All right, let's go to the first one to choose the synonyms. All right, and now they say that we need to choose the synonym. And once again, we said synonyms are words with the same meaning or it's words with nearly the same meaning, right? That is what we had mentioned, what synonyms are. But now, if we look at another example, right, of a synonym, it says the word cheerful, right? When you're happy and excited and joyful. So, cheerful. Another word for cheerful is buoyant. Like, I am buoyant. This person is buoyant, overjoyed, right? And both of those words, cheerful and buoyant, it means where you are either happy, you are upbeat, you are excited, you are joyful, right? That is what those words means, and those are synonyms. Words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning, cheerful and buoyant. And then if you look at another word, right? Here they're saying continuous is a synonym of perpetual. And both those words, continuous and perpetual, it means going on forever. Continuous, it's perpetuous, so it is going on forever. That is what it means. All right. And if we're going to look at a few more words of synonyms, right? And then look at the word, oopsie, look at the word exchange. Exchange. Another word for exchange, and another word for exchange is transaction, right? And both exchange and transaction, right? It refers to transferring of money, goods, or services between parties. That is what exchange and transaction mean. And then lastly, give. And the synonym of give is to bestow, which means you either present or provide. You give or you bestow that upon somebody or something. All right, so now we're going to the test where we are going to choose synonyms. Which synonym or which word, sorry, is a synonym of morsel? Which word is a synonym of morsel? Morsel. Is it crump or is it chunk? Crump or chunk? Morsel. And the definition of morsel is a bite or mouthful, right? A small piece of food, a small quantity, morsel. So, morsel, a bite of something, is the crump or chunk. Which one is correct? So, which one is correct? Do we say the synonym of morsel is crump or chunk? All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, remember, morsel is like a bite or a mouthful of something, right? So we can either say it is a chunk of something. Crump is so small. Ah, it's actually a crump, something small. And just when I thought it is a crump is too small, but clearly a morsel is a bite or mouthful of something, but it is a small piece of food or a small quantity of food, which means that it's definitely crumbs. All right, let's look at the next one. It says, which is the synonym of prestigious? Is it respected or historical? If something is prestigious, what does it mean? So, prestigious, we need to give the synonym of prestigious. Does it mean that it is respected or historical? So, respected or historical. And if we were to select the synonym of prestigious, then remember prestigious is either where you are important, respected, right? That is prestigious. Celebrated. All right, another word for transaction. The synonym of transaction is a synonym of transaction exchange option one or reversal option two. So well done, respected is correct. Now we're going on to transaction. Is transaction exchange number one or reversal option two? Which one is correct? So transaction, is it exchange or option two, reversal? All right. And the synonym of transaction, the word that is the same as or almost the same as transaction, is exchange. Now, well done. Exchange is correct. Exchange is correct. So well done. All right. So exchange is correct. Well done. Now we're going on to the next one. We need to say what is the synonym of hermit? Hermit. Is it soloist or loner? Hermit. And the meaning of hermit. And hermit is a person who lives alone and lives far away from people and society, especially for religious reasons. So, hermit, is it a soloist or is it a loner? So, a hermit, is it a soloist or is it a loner? And the synonym or the word with the same meaning or almost the same meaning as hermit, we can say it is a loner because it's somebody who lives alone. Well done. All right, let's do one more. It says, which word is a synonym of nuanced? Synonym of the word nuanced. Is it subtle or is it wise? Subtle or wise? So another word for nuanced. Is it subtle, option one, or wise, option two? Nuanced. Is it subtle or is it wise? The synonym of nuanced. And the meaning of nuance is a subtle quality. Subtle quality. So nuance, is it subtle or is it wise? All right, and the nuance, right? A word that is the same as or almost the same as nuance, we can say that it is subtle. Yes, because it's like a subtle quality or something. So well done. Subtle is correct. Now we're going to choose antonyms. And remember, we said antonyms are words with the opposite meaning of what that word means, the opposite meanings, right? And we looked at a few examples of antonyms. And also, another example of an antonym is the word real. So, meaning real. If something is not real, then we can say it's either fake or it's counterfeit. That is the opposite of so real. Another word for real is counterfeit, or let's say the opposite of real is counterfeit, meaning it is safe, fake, right? The opposite of freedom is captivity. Freedom is like you are free to do whatever you want to. You can come and go as you please. Whereas captivity is like you are held captive, right? It's like some form of confinement. You can't go anywhere. All right. So now we're going to our test. All right. So now we might as well go to our test. And we need to choose the opposites, which is the antonyms, the opposite of the words. All right. Corroborate. What is the opposite of corroborate? Is it contradict or lie? So, corroborate. What is the opposite of corroborate? So, we need to give the opposite. Is it contradict or is it lie? Contradict or lie? And corroborate is to give or represent evidence on of the truth of something, on the truth of something. But now, corroborate is it contradict or to lie? All right, so if you let's go to the word contradict, because remember the meaning says it's to give or present evidence of truth, meaning it's the truth. So opposite of truth is lie, but definitely contradict is correct. So well done. Well done. Contradict is correct. Dismantle. Which word is an antonym, the opposite of dismantle? Is it to construct, option one, or to polish, option two? Dismantle. Dismantle. The opposite of dismantle, is it to construct something or is it to polish something? Something. Dismantle. And the opposite of dismantle, right, is to construct. Because dismantle is like taking things apart. So construct. Well done. All right, let's go to the last one. Which word is the antonym of lament? Is it to celebrate or recommend? Lament, the opposite of lament. All right, so lament. The opposite of lament. To celebrate or recommend. And the meaning of lament, right, is to regret for often, it's regretting something. And if we were to choose the correct option, we will say it is the opposite of lament is to celebrate. Yes, well done. Celebrate is correct. All right, so this is not the end of our lesson on synonyms and antonyms. We said synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning, whereas antonyms are words with the opposite meaning, right? All right, so this is now the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade sevens, for joining the class. Thank you for interacting. And I really hope you're going to have a good evening further. Goodbye.